What if you could gather all your design inspiration in one single place? And no, I'm not talking about Pinterest, which has become a giant ad in my opinion, and that's why I stopped using it. I'm talking about Savee.it, an ad-free platform that lets you organize and share inspiration in a super cool way. In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of Savee.it, show you how you can get started with it. Plus, I'll share you a special way I have been using it in order to get a bird's eye view of my brand. Let's go. Hey, what's up guys? Ronnie here, your go-to Canva guru. Today we are talking design inspiration. And I found that platform, Savee.it, that I started to explore. I'm gonna be honest and transparent, I haven't used it for very long. Now, disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video. It's just a tool that I like, that I want to share. Let's dive into it. All right, so we are going to go to the website Savee.it. So Savee.it looks like so. It's like a giant grid with some visuals here, some videos. You see there are some animated things and some still images as well. So you can scroll not very far down as far as I see because I am using the free plan. So what I'm going to show you today is all the features that I discovered for the Savee.it free plan. If you guys are interested, at the end of this video, I will ask the question, would you like me to show you the pro features? And then if enough people are interested, I will subscribe to the platform and explore the paid features. So let's focus on these features. So what is Savee.it? Well, the way I understand it, this is kind of like a Pinterest alternative, a place where you can gather visual inspiration and build boards that gather that information. How do you get started? Well, obviously you need to start by creating an account, otherwise you won't even get to the grid part. So the interface is pretty clean and simple. You have your homepage, which is this one that you see right here, probably going to change every time you log in. You have your You section. This is the You section, and I will get back to this in a moment. And then you have your search. Search is very important, and we'll see how we can search in a sec. But what I see is that when I scroll down, I get to a point where I'm blocked. And to get access to more scrolling, I will need to update to a premium account. But there is a few different hacks around that. You can unlock a lot of content. So back to my grid right here, immediately there's a few things that catch my eyes. There's a lot of good designs showed here. So I'm going to click on this one right here. I am currently renovating a little coffee table that I found in the street that looks like this one. No LED, but the shape looks like this one. So when you click on a visual, this is what you see. You see like a full screen size of it, and this is the interface. So let's start by exploring this interface. On this side right here, we have little profile bubbles. Those are the people who have actually saved this visual into one of their boards. But it starts with the first saved, Ana do Amaral, right here. And so I can see all of the people right here who have saved that specific visual. And you might wonder why this information is useful. Well, it shows you, first of all, how many people have actually liked this visual. Here we see over 60, like there are 5 bubbles plus 60. So kind of gives you social proof for this one visual, but also it gives you a way to go and explore other people's profile, which is interesting. And I'm going to come back to in a moment. You see, I can follow all of these savers. Second thing I see is that save button right here. If I click on save, it's going to be saved to my profile. When I click on that scale button, it will make the design or the photo larger than my actual screen size. So if I want the design to fit back into my screen, I just click on fit. The info button just opens and collapses the panel right here with that information. And then you have the 3 little dots with share. You can share the link to that specific design, or you can report the design if you find it inappropriate. And we see here more information. We see the title of this visual, 271. Okay, not very interested. 66 people have saved it and 674 people have viewed that specific design. It's been uploaded about 24 hours ago, so very recent. A bunch of tags right here that I can use. These are clickable, which is pretty cool. And then, and this is important, a button to allow me to add this to a specific board, okay? I have no board created because I deleted everything on my profile before I start the tutorial, so I don't confuse you. But you can create a board. Let's create a board, my first board. I'm gonna call this December Inspo. You can make this private if you want, so only you and your collaborators can see it, or you can leave it public. I'm just gonna leave it public, create my board, and you see now I have this list right here, December Inspo has been created. Something cool also that I like about Savee.it is that they have a bunch of premium features that are kind of hidden. If I right click on that color, you say, oh, you discovered a premium only feature. This feature is reserved for premium users only. You need to upgrade to access this feature. And I believe the feature they're talking about is a way to simply copy the hex code by right clicking on it. All right, so let's collapse this first visual right here. I want to show you where all of this information went. So if I want to find my boards, I need to go to the U tab right here. I can see here a little counter. It says saved 1 out of 150 saves. So free Savee.it users will be able to save up to 150 visuals on their profile. Okay, so that's what you see here, 1 out of 150. So I can see it here on the first tab that said save. Next, I can move to my boards. So boards, December Inspo, here it is. I have only one visual in it. Okay, let's come back to my U section, to my profile. Following, these are the people I follow. So you see, I follow 2 savers, Funny Draw and Pop. So these are the people I follow. What else can I show you? Followers. So I have no followers so far because I haven't really spent enough time on the platform. All right, so first impressions. Number one, I am very happy that I don't see any ads right here in this platform. I don't see ads for products or this or that. What I do see a lot is them prompting me to upgrade. But there is no ad, and this is the major difference with Pinterest, which has become so annoying with all of the ads. The second thing I really liked is the way you search on Savee.it. So let's search for typography, for example, typography. So once I enter my keyword, typography, I can search for images or for users. So me, I would like to search by images right here. So I'm looking for typography inspiration, and I see a lot of good stuff already. I agree it's not a lot of results, but again, there is a way around that, and I'm gonna get back to this. Don't worry, I don't forget it. Let's open this one, which is quite cool. Okay, the fall, very cool font type, almost a logo. So first, let me save it. Okay, it's gonna go straight to my profile. I'm going to open the info button so I see typography inspiration. You see the URL where that comes from. Okay, you can open that if you wish. Some tags and the 2 colors right here. Right, this is not bad. And again, I can see all of the people who have liked that, who have saved that. And you can see the first save. This is also interesting because then you can assume that this person, Daniel Velehov, is interested in typography. So if you click on his profile, you'll find more. And you see, I was telling you that there is a way around being limited in terms of the scroll length. Well, that is the way. Instead of scrolling the homepage or the search results, scroll the profile of other users. So the goal really on this platform is going to be about discovering interesting profiles. And then you can scroll infinitely for free. So this is definitely someone I would like to follow. Okay, follow him straight away. Over 11,000 saves, 34 boards. So he is a pro user, he's a paid user, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. 3 people that he follows and 60 followers. Okay, let's have a look at his boards. So nicely organized. We have advertising, animation, app design, art and design, band photos, carros, which means car in Spanish, color palette. That's interesting. Yeah, and a whole bunch of other interesting categories right here. Let's click on color palettes. We have 51 saves. in this color palette. And yeah, some pretty cool stuff. So this one, again, I love that I can just pick the colors from here, or I could just screenshot that, bring it over Canva, and with the color picker, I've got this info in an instant, really. And if you want to go back to the previous screen, you can use the back arrow on your browser, or you can simply use the X right here to just close that specific image. This one, really nice, like sunset or sunrise, very cool. I'm gonna add this to a board. Maybe I create another board. So December inspo, let's create a board with color palettes. Let's go. Nice. Now I have my board right here, and you know what? I'm gonna go back to my profile. All right, so these are all of the design that I've saved, my saves. I have 4 out of 150, okay? And I know that this one, the first one right here with the clouds, is already organized into my board, okay? It's right here, my color palettes board. All right, let me come back to my saves. This one is not organized. So the way you can store this specific design into your board is by clicking on it. And then from here, add to board color palette. There you go. Now I can X that to exit it. There you go. Go back to my board, color palette, and you can see my 2 saves. So this is kind of the mechanics. Let's come back to my homepage. Let's see if I didn't forget to follow that person. Nope, Daniel, I'm following him. So perfect. I want to show you a different way to search. You can search by color. Instead of using a keyword like I use typography, you can also use these styles. You can use color names. Okay, so these are color names. Graphic design, for example, or you can search by color. You see this button right here, search by color. So I'm going to click on that and you will open this color swatch and you have all of these different colors and different shades of the same color. Let's try matching my sweater right. Let's probably this one. I'm going to click on that tile of that specific yellow color and you see your feed will instantly be filled with designs of that color. So if you like this one, for example, or this one, a lot of cool designs right here. Some are repeated or seems to be repeated. Let's go for the dog. I want to show you a shortcut that you can use to add a photo, not to your saves, but to a specific board, okay? By clicking the plus button, it just saves to your profile. This is not exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to save it directly to a board. So let me show you how to do that. I unclicked it. You are going to click on that plus and hold your click. And now you see, you can choose one of your boards. And this one is going to go to my December inspo. There you go. So this one is now saved, but to the right board. All right. So this is how you search for specific colors. Okay. I wonder if I can search for my own hex code. All right. So let me pick one from my brand kit right here. So let me copy this blue right here, come back to Savee.it, and I'm going to search for this hex code of my blue color. Let's see if it recognizes this hex code. Yeah, it does. And it looks great. All right. So for example, this little animation right here, I'm going to save that to my December inspo. Pancake is also nice. Pancake. Let's go. Great. So yeah, these are two different ways you can search by colors. Either use the color button or just paste a hex code right here. Now, obviously, Savee.it is not just about finding inspiration. This platform offers a few interesting features for you to organize your inspiration. All right, let me show you what I mean. Let's imagine you are browsing somebody's profile. So in my case, I'm going to go back to Daniel's profile, this one right here. So I have a bunch of different things I like. And let's say there is a lot of things you enjoy here and you would like to grab them all and bring that to your profile. So there is a button right here. You see this little cursor right here, selection. You are on selection mode. Click or drag to select multiple saves. Okay, so now I can drag my click. I'm holding my click and dragging it to select multiple saves, multiple designs right here at the same time. So let's go like so. You see all of that blue part is basically saved. Now these 17 images I can see here at the bottom of my screen, 17 selected. You can either either save them, that would be saved to your profile, or you can add to a specific board, okay? Let's add them to a board. I have my color palette, I have my December inspo. If you wish to create another board, in that case, I already have 2 boards, remember that. Let me show you something. If I click here, I see this pop up. You are inspired. You already reached your free account limit of 2 boards, okay? Upgrade and create unlimited boards. So that's what I wanted to show you, is that as a free user, you will be limited to 2 boards. I wish I could have 5, 10 boards for free, but I understand they've got to make a living. Let's, for the sake of this exercise, add this to my December inspo. Okay, there you go. So now I should have about 23 saved on that specific board. Let me show you another way, a less intuitive way for selecting multiple saves. Okay, let's find the Berlin one, this one right here. So I'm gonna hold my Shift key before I click. If you don't hold Shift, this is what's gonna happen. When you click, it opens the save. So I'm gonna exit it. And when you hold your Shift, you are on selection mode. Basically, this footer appears when you click on Shift for the first time. So 1, 2, 3. So you see, once I clicked Shift, I am on selection mode. So I can keep on clicking on different elements that I like, different save that I like, and just click my heart away. Like I just click and select everything that I like. And this is pretty cool because now I don't need to select by dragging, which is not super precise. I can just really hand pick the different saves that I like on this. I can go quite crazy because I have 150 that I can go and play around with. So let me show you. I'm just selecting a bunch of them here, stuff that I really like. This profile is very good. This, and that's probably good enough. All right, so I selected 17, again, random number, must be my lucky number today. And I'm gonna add them to my same board, December inspo. Now I should have 40 in that board. All right, good. Let me come back to my profile and to this specific board, okay? Clicking on the board. So don't forget you have these tabs you can navigate to as well, okay? December inspo, there you go. I have this board starting to look pretty good. I really like that. Let me show you how you can further customize this board. You have another button next to the cursor right here, this button right here that says change size or padding. I'm gonna click on it, and this menu will come from the top of your screen with 2 sliders. The first slider on the left side allows you to reconfigure the size of your grid. So all the way up, you'll have 4 columns, and all the way down, you will have 10 columns. All right, so you can choose which fits you most. Okay, I will go for a pretty small, no, let's go medium. Let's go halfway. Okay, I like it like so. That's 6. And I'm going to play around with the other slider now, which is the padding. You see, you can go adding more padding between your saves, or you can go all the way to no padding. So everything is going to be touching each other, which could be interesting, kind of like a real grid. We see this a lot on different websites. I'm just going to leave a little bit of padding, not much, yeah, about this size, okay, or maybe 1 more. Okay, this is cool. Another way you can further customize your grid is by hovering over your profile picture and finding the dark mode versus light mode option right here. So this is the dark mode. Obviously, I was in light mode all this time, so you have a white background. Dark mode is pretty cool too. Probably will use that as my default. And from this same menu, you have access to more features. You have your settings, you have a premium feature called Create Your Site. If I click here, you see you can create websites based on your grids, which is pretty cool. Not just grids, you can add titles. And when I click on the button to kind of show you how to create your site, I'm prompted to upgrade to a premium account, which I'm not going to do in this video. So if this video gets enough views here on YouTube, leave me in the comments, like which one of the premium features are you most interested in me demonstrating? That would really be interesting for me to understand. Maybe I can reach out to Savee.it and see if they can partner with us and give us a special deal also for you guys. But for that, I need social proof. I need to show them, look, there are so many people, they want to try it. So like, make your voice count in the comments section. I think this is a really cool feature though. 3 simple steps. So you select a template to create your website, right? You select a template, you choose a board, and then you publish it, and you can publish under your own domain. So this is cool. I wish I could see an example. So they show me right here kind of how it works. The interface looks super sleek and simple. Yeah, Do I have examples? There's nothing clickable here. Start creating. Okay, so this is definitely for another video. Let's come back to this menu right here. So create your site, start a team, which is also a premium feature. I think there is a bunch of really cool features for teams right here on Savee.it because you can add collaborators to a specific board. Let me show you. I come back to my profile and come back to my boards right here. Let's go for December inspo. You see this plus button right here next to my profile picture. If I click here, premium only, again, like a paid board. Share boards are only available on premium accounts. Upgrade to start collaborating. I think this must be a very cool feature where you can invite team members. You can probably also create a link to share your board with someone else. Right now, there is no way you can share that board. Like you can make it private. You can invite collaborators, which is a premium feature. You can print, no. All right, so I showed you how to browse from the homepage or from any profiles page. I showed you how to search from the search page, but I haven't yet mentioned how to upload your own content. Maybe you have an entire brand that you have created and you would like to upload some of your visuals right here, or you are a graphic designer, you want to upload your portfolio. Well, let me show you how you can do that. And the good news is that uploading is a free feature. So there are two different ways you can upload or import content. It all starts with this plus button right here on top of your screen. Next to the little bell, notifications, and your profile picture, click on that plus. So you can either upload some content from your computer, you can import from Pinterest, and you can create a new board. We have already reached the maximum amount of boards, so this is not gonna help us. Let's see uploading. Okay, now I can drop images or videos right here. So I can select from device or import from Pinterest. Okay, so I do have some visuals that I have collected prior to starting shooting this tutorial about Team Rondi. Okay, so all of these visuals are either thumbnails, logos, color palettes, visual elements that we use, backgrounds. All of this is stuff from Team Rondi. So what I'm going to do is to select from the device. I'm going to come to my downloads and everything in my download folder. I'm going to Control A. This is about 50, 60 different visuals. I'm going to open that and start uploading. So you see 1 out of 56 visuals are going to be uploading. And there you go. Everything has been uploaded. I see now 99 saved out of 150. So I have a bunch of stuff here. What I do have here though is that I mixed up the December inspo with my brand images. So I'm gonna go and organize this a bit better. All right, so for this, I'm gonna use the selecting tool and select everything here from my brand. All right, so I have selected everything. I have 56 items selected. Now, I can do a few things. I can add to board. I can save as a PDF. That's a premium feature. For a change, I can share private. This is premium only. Delete, not what I want to do. Let's add it to color palette. That will be easier. You see the limitations of having only 2 boards? Okay, so add to board. Let's do this. Okay. It's been added, I believe. So in order to check, I just click on my 2 board and I can see it's been saved to color palette. My December inspo. So it's been actually moved, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so let me come back to my 2 boards right here. Color palettes. I'm going to change the name of that board and call this Team Rondi. Perfect. Now, this board is now Team Rondi. All I need to do is to get rid. I'm going to hold my shift, select these 2 color palettes and move that to the other board. There you go. 2 selected. I'm going to deselect Team Rondi and that's it. Perfect. I achieved exactly what I wanted. So now I have a board that represents my brand. So this is cool. I can also customize my grid, like adding more or less padding. I think what's most important here is to have a bird's eye view of this grid. If I want to rearrange some elements to move them around, you just hover over them until you see this little cross or graph showing up, meaning you can now start to move them. okay? So when you see it, you can move it and you drag it like so. So I'm gonna drop it right here. Let me find the Team Rondi's logo. So this one, I'm gonna take it and put it more or less in the middle right here. And you see, just like that, you can start organizing or reorganizing your grid as you wish. So this really is useful if you want to have a bird's eye view of your brand. See if your elements, your colors are consistent. You could use a board for a very different purpose. You could use a board for a typography inspiration. You could use a board for a specific campaign for a client. You would put all of your assets right there before brainstorming. You could use a board if you need to create a logo and fill it up with different logo designs, so you have that inspiration. So again, like this is an inspiration tool where you collect and organize and visually structure your inspiration. And I found it really useful. All right, so that was the first method that you could use to bring on your own content. Now, if you remember, there is a second way of importing your own content, and that is via the import button. So I'm going to go back to the plus button right here. All right. And instead of upload, this time I'm going to use import. So the import process only works with Pinterest, which is interesting because the platform achieves a similar role to what Pinterest does, right? So the way to proceed from here, you just click on that import from Pinterest button right here, and then you will land on this page right here, prompting you to insert your Pinterest username, which I'm going to do. Mine is Ronnie FTC. Click on next. And once your accounts are connected, you should see all of your pins and all of your boards. Me, I have 151 pins organized in 21 boards. So let me just find a board that would be interesting for you guys. Logo design might be interesting. I have 14 pins. So you can just tick on that little box. You can tick several boxes at once and start importing everything at once, which I'm not going to do. Me, I'm just going to start importing logo design. Okay, so click on start importing. All right, 13 pins have been imported. Okay, I can go back to my profile. I see 57 saves, so I see there's 13 more. But also I have 2 boards. Okay, I had to make some room because, you know, the maximum amount of boards I can have as a free user is 2 boards. So I had to delete the previously imported Rondi material to make some room so I can import that specific board from Pinterest. And so you see now my logo design board from Pinterest is right here. I can click on it and see the 14 pins that became 14 saves on Savee.it are now ported over to this board right here. Now, I think this is a cool feature because it allowed me to create that bridge between Pinterest and Savee.it. And I sincerely hope this tutorial will convince you of giving it a try. And the tool is completely free, despite the regular prompts, let's admit it, for me to upgrade to a paid plan. But again, if you know the tool, you know what is free, what is paid, and you will stop clicking on these paid features if you don't want to upgrade. Now, me, I am curious, like for sure. I am curious about these premium features and I'm ready to give it a try, but it's not just for me, like it's also for you guys. What do you think? Like, should we go ahead, pay for a month, give it a try, make another tutorial and show you these premium features? Let me know in the comments section. And that's it for me for today. I'm going to leave you with this playlist of the design principles. So if you're into creating or graphic design, this playlist will refresh your memory about the graphic design principles.